I've skated hundreds, if not thousands, of ramps through my career. Some were good, but every ramp through the years was kind of a crapshoot. And most ramps were almost always a little flawed, so one wall was different than the other wall, and up until we had this ramp, you had to adapt to it. Well, this ramp was the centerpiece of the Boom Boom Hucksham tour, which included big air jumps and things like this, but this kind of set the standard for how ramps could be. My ramp is 13.5 feet tall. It's got an 11.5 foot radius or transition. The channel is 8 feet wide. This is a perfect ramp. And once we built this, both walls were exactly the same. It's perfect radius, super smooth. And so now you're able to actually focus on just the hardest, rawest tricks. It's seen some of the best vertical riding ever. It was designed so that it could be taken apart and put back together on tour, on the road. And so it fits perfectly into an arena. I mean, it literally was built for an arena setting. So bringing my whole ramp to Vert Alert, it's the perfect storm. And it's such a fitting venue for a Legends demo coming up. So enjoy.
Skate fans, it's time to get hyped. This is Tony Hawk's Vert Alert. We are live from Salt Lake City, Utah. This event brought to you by the Utah Sports Commission. All vert, all weekend, men's and women competition. And tonight, the ultimate Legends Jam. I am Chris Cote, joined by Paul Zitzer. Are you kidding me? Golden hour, watching skaters in their golden years, acting like teenagers, ripping this perfect ramp.
Yeah, how lucky are we to be here, and how lucky everybody at home for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. It's going to be a crazy weekend. I mean, this is a contest, of course, weekend, but it's more of a celebration of vert skating, and it's just incredible. Skaters from all over the world, they come in all shapes, sizes, and ages. You'll see it tonight. I mean, people are pushing the limit out here, but it is going to be the best show, and we're so glad to be able to see it live tonight here.
That's right. This is the state of sport. Utah has been great hosts for us in the past, so we're so excited to be back here. And it's fitting that we're in a bull ring atmosphere, right? This is, of course, like you said, a hotly contested weekend, men's and women's. I mean, ages ranging from 9 to 34 for men's and women's competition. But tonight, we're talking about legends, and we have some of the greatest skateboarders to ever do it who will be putting on a show. Now, there's no prize money on the line, there's no points, nothing like that. They're not being judged, but I will tell you, these skaters are still very competitive with each other.
Yeah, and you're skating in front of a huge crowd out here tonight. There's one thing on the line. It's stoke and just ripping, so it's gonna be good.
That's right. Well, speaking of legends, we've got two legends on top of the deck right now. Tim O'Connor, joined by the legendary Jason Ellis.
Wow, legendary. That's a lot of pressure, Tim.
That is a lot of pressure. I always say the word legendary thrown around a little bit too loosely. We got some real ones here.
Yeah, I was going to say, thanks a lot, boys, for that. But yeah, that was loose. But these other people in the Legends demo totally classify. These are the proper legends. This is what legendary is based on. And if you want to get to the top of legends, this guy that made this whole thing happen, standing behind me, makes a noise for Mr. Tony Hawk.
Hey, what's up, Utah? How are you? I want to thank all of you for coming out to support vert skating. It seems like a bit of a lost art these days, but anything you saw in the Olympics, in the park skating, it all started here. And we're way beyond those tricks lately, just so you know. I want to thank especially all the skaters that came here from far and wide to skate. And hey, this is our second Vert Alert ever. I hope we can keep it going. It's thanks to you guys for showing up. So, without further ado, I want to introduce this lineup of legendary skaters we have here. These are some of the OGs, some of the people that started it all. Right over here on the deck, the high flyer, inventor of the Christ Air and the Rocket Air, Christian Hosoi. And his high-flying buddy, Huck Jam alumni, Lincoln Ueda. And one of the pioneers of vert skating, female, Cara Burnside. Cara got hurt recently, but she's here in support. We appreciate that. And one of the best, most consistent X Games champions, my doubles partner, Andy MacDonald. Another high flyer from Brazil, one of my favorite skaters, second dude to do a 900, Lincoln Ueda. Oh, sorry, Sandro Diaz. I got all the Brazilians confused. I knew I was gonna do it. Sorry, Sandro Diaz. Don't worry, one of them's goofy footed. I'll figure it out. Who are you, Mike McGill? Sorry. Legendary Bones Brigade member, inventor of so many technical tricks, and wait till you see him skate. He was gonna be in the pro division, but he got hurt, and he decided to join us in the Legends. Bucky, Lasek. You guys know about a McTwisted? Seen a few McTwists today? The inventor of the McTwist is here, Mike McGill. The master. And Vert's biggest fan, and your favorite vert skater's favorite vert skater, Mike Frazier. And I don't know if she qualifies for what we consider legends in terms of our age, but she's legendary. First female to do the loop, Lizzie Armanto. Thanks everybody, I'm Tony Hawk. I got hurt recently, but I'm here because I love it, and I appreciate you guys till the wheels fall off.
All right. Okay, so last time we were here, everybody, this crowd made some noises and reached some volumes that most of us have never heard in our entire careers. And most of these guys have had a very long career. So you guys really brought it last time. So if you can do it again this year, you're going to push these guys to the limit and you're going to get a really good show. I feel good about it. Utah, you feel good about it? All right, Birdman's going to kick it off. Make some noise for Tony Hawk, everybody, jumping in. Tony is recovering from a broken leg 5 months ago. He's okay. Come on, everybody. 5 months ago, he broke his leg, and he's out here trying to do a demo for you guys. Most of us, if we break our leg, we don't come back for a year.
All right, and we are on. This is the Legends Demo, second annual. Hopefully this will be going on forever. Chris Cote here with Paul Zitzer. We just saw Tony Hawk kick things off. Now we're watching Mike McGill. Let's just talk real quick about Tony Hawk, the tenacity, the bravery, the resilience. He's back skating after a horrific slam, a broken femur. How is he doing this?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Ellis said he broke his leg, but the femur is, we all know, that's the big one. So he's got a metal rod in it right now, and I was talking to him yesterday about it, and he said he felt the bone move around the other day. It's like not even, it's not healed, it's not connected, it's wiggling around inside his thigh. So that gives you an idea. He is powering through, and it's just insane to see.
Yeah, if you watch his documentary on HBO, you could fully see how gnarly Tony Hawk is. I mean, and what he's doing right now is incredible. But we have a list of legends. And you know what? Jason Ellis is a legend. I don't care what he says. He's a legend. And Jason Ellis, Tim O'Connor, they're announcing to our live crowd. You got us in here fanning out on skaters that deserve to be fanned out on.
Hey, and Ellis has done so much more, not just tricks on a half
He's a legend for many levels. Yeah.
And I should note, earlier this morning, he hung up on a body jar and got mutilated. So he was going to be skating tonight. He's not skating tonight. That's why. He'll be back.
We got Mike Frazier here. He was introduced as your favorite skater's favorite skater. Why is that?
Because he's so gnarly, and he's done so many great tricks that other people cannot do. And it's not about huge airs or McTwists or kind of the standard. It's just who knows what you're going to get from Mike. When you think the trick's over, he's got a little more for it, maybe backside revert out of it. He's great. And the nicest guy ever, most stand-up dude of all time.
We will see more Frazier as we get down to it. I mean, there are not a lot of skaters that you can see just by their silhouette and know exactly who they are. Holmes, a.k.a. Christian Hosoi, he's one of them.
Yeah, the back arm style and the flow. Well, just the shirt, the flare.
Everything.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lack of bandanas, though, right now. I'd like to see maybe 1 or 2 more bandanas.
Do you remember when he had the hair extensions? He had 5-foot-long hair. I like that.
That was epic.
So Sandro Diaz in. So Tony, I think he said second guy to do a 900. I'm filing a small disclaimer. Giorgio Zatoni, second guy to do the 9. Sandro, number 3. First guy to do
Tony
it.
had a lot on his plate.
Listen, Sandro, first person to just throw the 9 around in contests, though,
Yeah.
for sure.
And he has a trick that maybe he's the only person in the world that can do. The Nar jar.
A couple other people have done it. Paul Luke does it, but it's so gnarly.
It's still Nar.
Let's talk about Andy Mack.
The most consistent skateboarder to ever do it.
Indeed. The only one giving him a run for the money now is Reef Orlando, who we'll see, hopefully, tomorrow in the final. Oh, the hand on the helmet?
Wow, is there a name for that?
The Mac attack?
Yeah, the Mac attack, I like that. Andy Mack, always a fan favorite. And here we go, back to the GOAT, Tony Hawk, who, by the way, does not need to be skating. Everybody knows how good Tony Hawk is, and for him to be out here doing this at this level, I mean, he's still ripping by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, and he did say when he was talking about his leg, he said, I love it so much, I can't stay off my board. Even though he's like miserable with pain right now, but the stoke of skating vert overrides all that. And as a vert skater, we all know that, but we don't know it to that extent. That Birdman's going through it right now. So
that was scary. Mike McGill we're looking at.
Yeah, and this ramp gets slippery in this horse ring. What is it? Horse arena.
Bull ring, horse ring, rodeo ring.
Yeah,
they do all that.
rodeo arena. There's dust flying everywhere. All right, Frazier. Look at that. Alley-oop. Frontside grind to fakie. Fakie
Raging bull. I mean, he's got that look, huh?
He does.
And I noticed a lot of tricks that he does. He always takes the hard way out and the most dangerous way out.
Yeah, and he's a guy who just refuses to bail. It's like, hey, if it's close, he's gonna go for it. And you know, we talked about Andy having the most consistency. Mike's had the most consistent surgeries of any skateboarder I've ever known. He's had like 20 knee surgeries. And Bucky is skating at such a ridiculous level. He should not be in this Legends demo, even though he's such a legend. He should be skating in the pro finals tomorrow.
Not really fair, is it?
It's not.
But Bucky actually coming off, he was just in X Games a couple weeks ago, and now he's doing a demo for the fans. Here's Stoke.
Oh, Lincoln it's like he's gonna hit the roof in this arena.
Yeah.
I've seen him come down with snow on his helmet once.
I'm not going to say the A word. You think I'm going to say altitude.
Yeah.
He's
Way
beyond the other A word.
Yeah.
And Lizzie Armanto, you know, Lizzie, you cannot discount what she's done to become a bona fide legend. So just like Tony Hawk, she had probably one of the worst slams that, in skating. One of the worst slams in skateboarding.
Yeah.
And she's back, and she's skating at a very high level. It's awesome to see her. Sandro Diaz now back at it.
I don't like to joke about a bad slam like that, but she took 2 of the worst slams in one. She hit the back of that ramp and exploded, and then fell 20 feet down and slammed again. Yeah. So it's like double whammy, but she was the first one to loop. She's had the cover of Thrasher and Transworld. Okay, Hosoi back in.
Hosoi actually has a solo art show in town tonight.
Nice.
Part of the Punk Rock and Paintbrushes crew, Hosoi.
I heard you're doing something tonight.
I'm going to fan out on Christian Hosoi.
Okay, I'll be there with you.
Andy Mack. Andy Mack's one of these guys that he has not lost any of the tricks he's learned through his life. And that is unprecedented.
It really is. Like, I would say the same for Tony. He can always do all his tricks. And then Andy. And then Bucky is actually improving, rapidly improving. So that's weird.
Mike McGill, owner of McGill's Skate Shop in Encinitas, California. One of the places in the world you can actually get your board gripped by a bona fide certified legend. He doesn't do it often. Very special request.
It's a $100 grip tape job.
It is $100.
And it's no
not including
frills.
the grip.
It's just straight grip.
Yeah.
He might trim the edges.
Frazier. And you know what's cool about this group we have right now? When you hear the name, you think of the graphics. And I think that's a big part of becoming a skate legend, right? The iconic graphics and just that, you know, that name brand recognition. These are all global household names in skateboarding.
You're right.
At any age. I mean,
that's
you look
hard
at
to
the
get
fans right now, there's little kids and grandparents, and they all have boards to get autographed at the end of this thing.
You're right. And I think part of being a legend is you impacted skateboarding, you changed it, and
Right.
for the better. You invented part of skateboarding, and that's what it takes to become a legend. It's not just you've been good for a long time. No, that just means, hey,
That
props.
just means you're great.
Yeah.
You're great. Are you a legend? That was a legendary error. That was a legendary error. We should have a legendary count. However many times we say legendary, somebody wins a prize.
How about a drinking game?
There we go. You guys can make that up at home.
Todd Richards, if you're tuning in and you get out the bottle,
Yep.
you're a legend, Todd. All right, back on track. Sandro Diaz, look at the height.
That, oh my gosh.
And you know, you'd think you'd have to be kind of like an aggressive, tough guy to skate like that. No, he's like a teddy bear, nicest guy.
And I will say too, these skaters right here, oh no, here we go. Manny Mania. Manny Mac Mania.
Yes, the crowd just went crazy.
That is terrifying. You made that look easy. That is a terrifying trick to do.
Yeah, rolling into a vert ramp is always scary. And to do it out of a Manny, that's all day for Andy.
And I would say a lot of the skaters that we have here tonight, here at Golden Hour, Tony Hawk's, Vert Alert, not only inspired skaters through what they've done in videos and all that, but actually just they've mentored so many skaters. I mean, you look at anyone on the deck right now, and there's probably a list of 10 skaters that they've directly impacted.
You know, it's funny you say that because Andy was just saying he's been to Woodward Skate Camp for 32 years in a row now. He's gone every single year.
Wait, that math doesn't add up. I thought he was 28 years old.
He skates like he is.
I will ask you only one time. We'll be looking at median age, average age of this crew.
Do you know it?
I don't.
Okay, it's what, 40, it's probably 47, 48?
47, 48.
I think
five O's in there.
Lizzie's throwing the average off.
Tony Hawk.
Man.
So yes, we do have legends. We only have one icon, the Birdman.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't actually, you know what? Put Hosoi in icon category.
Yeah. Like, Hosoi almost invented airs. I mean, they were there, but he took it to such a ridiculous level. Changed the game.
So many people know the story behind the McTwist. Invented, I won't say in private, but it was definitely invented away from, you know, the media spotlight in Sweden during a summer camp. McGill learned it, brought it to competition at Del Mar Skate Ranch. The rest is history.
And it's still kind of a benchmark trick for pro vert skater. If you can't do a 540, you got work to do.
You're not going to be a legend.
No, not even close. And a lot of people, they can do them, and they're still always difficult.
Now, is there a difference between, to the layman, a 540 and a McTwist?
Well,
Okay,
a McTwist has to be Weddle Grab, formerly Mute Air.
Okay,
it has to be Weddle Grab.
Right.
And then there's the gray area comes in whether if you have to flip it upside down or not. I claim no. You don't have to be upside down. If you spin 540 and you're grabbing Weddle, that's a McTwist. That's my take. And since I'm on the mic, I get to say.
That's right. You're an expert analyst.
But man, I would love to see Hosoi do a McTwist again, because in my opinion, he did the most beautiful McTwist of all time.
I believe you, 100%.
And then there were people who came along and did them similar, like a Jake Brown McTwist was also just awesome. Watch that all day.
Now, these are a lot of your really close friends, contemporaries. You skate with some of these guys all the time, but I know you've been having the conversation about, you know, what does a vert legend do? What's like the normal skate session, or how much do these guys skate?
The size of that
obviously
540.
a lot. If you're Sandro Diaz, you do it a lot, just judging by what we saw right there.
No, you know, most of them say they're skating once a week. Andy skates way more than that. He probably skates like 2 sessions a day, 6 days a week. That's an exaggeration. He skates a lot. He's a skate rat to this day. But most of these dudes are like Mike Frazier works a full-time job, so he skates when he can. He drives the Phil Hajjal's ramp, makes it happen 2 times a week, Mike Frazier.
I would say Andy Mack currently in first place. If we had judges, if we had prize money, that was a wild run. Andy Mack, you wouldn't think he's, you know, him as the guy who's the highest flying, but right there proved that thought completely wrong. He went off.
Yeah, he can go as high as he wants, but he chooses to get super tech, and that it's hard to do both at the same time. But let's just watch Bucky skate. The combos he does are obscene.
Like that. So a lot of these skaters have invented or have signature tricks. You know, you look at the trick list of Tony Hawk, of course, it is a mile long.
Yes.
And he is coming back from injury, so we're probably not going to see the full
one of the most
Tony Hawk experience.
Of course, he did the 7, you know, he made up 720 and then the 900, but I'd say for the most iconic trick he made up is the Madonna. Boom. Like that.
There you go.
That's the trick. Everyone does a Madonna. It always looks cool, and he gave it a cool name.
It was in the 80s. They were probably, listening to Lucky Star or something.
Exactly.
You don't know who Madonna is, you can go to Google, you can find that out.
And if you don't know what a Madonna is, go to Google, find that out, but kick your foot off, one-footed lean to tail. Kick down, kick down. Lizzie.
Lizzie Armanto currently working on a video part with Chris Gregson. They've been around the world and back, hacking those drives full of tricks. Cannot wait to see what Lizzie has coming out for us.
She's so sick because she has such a rad choice of tricks too. Like the coolest looking frontside inverts, and you saw her doing Andrecht. All right, Hosoi, frontside ollie. You just saw him at that Vans showdown, frontside ollie over that huge street gap.
That was massive. So this gap right here, from the angle we're looking at right here, oh, that looks pretty mellow. It's like a doorway. Incorrect, right? That's a huge gap.
It's a big gap. It's 8 feet. If you're skating at like that level, it just kind of flies under you. But if you're not feeling like you're really, truly like on your game, that thing looks like it'll eat you up.
I like that Tony alluded to it, and we saw a glimpse of it as Andy Mack is ripping. This is Andy Mack's home ramp, which you might think is weird because he lives in Encinitas, but this ramp is actually portable, and it's been around the world and back many times. It was the star of the Boom Boom Huck Jam. And Paul, you actually rode this ramp this morning. Is this the perfect vertical halfpipe?
Yeah, you know, at the beginning of the show, Tony did the little pitch on the ramp and said it's the best. It's light years better than everything ever built. It's the fastest ramp. In fact, I was talking to Colin Graham today, and he was saying he struggles on this ramp because it's too good, and he goes too fast and goes too high, and he's not used to it.
Okay.
There you go. That's a pro skater.
Too good.
It's too good. It's nuts.
Oh! Just watching Frazier is edge of your seat viewing at all times.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk, the Birdman.
Oh, see? He got a little squirrely and then was heading towards that gap, and it's a little scary.
His mind is here. His body's trying to catch up to where his mind is. I mean, you can obviously see him You know, has a limp as he's walking. He's still recovering from his slam, but man, is it great to see him out here. Mike McGill representing Encinitas. He's literally kept the Encinitas skate scene in boards, wheels, bearings, trucks for 30, 40 years. I got my first skateboard at McGill's skate shop.
And you know, in Florida, his parents used to own a McGill's skate park. Well, there was McGill's skate park in California, one in Florida. They've been doing it.
His parents are my neighbors now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Say hi to him. There it is.
I will. Now that's a trick we would see in the pro finals.
Look at
This is a run we would
83.
see in the pro finals.
Look at that! Stalefish frontside G.
All right, what's your score for that run?
I mean, let's just get
1
it
to
100 to keep it easy.
Perfect.
Yeah. Hi. 9 club.
He's in the 9 club. Lincoln Ueda. He is, his lineage is carrying on. His son Rafi is so gnarly. You will see Rafi in many, many events to come. Probably the Olympics. He's that good. Sandro Diaz.
Everybody likes to claim their kid is good, but Rafi is next level. I haven't seen a 15-year-old or 16-year-old skate like that, and I can't remember one. But okay, Sandro Diaz.
Oh, that was sick.
Layback grind.
Got to see Sandro Diaz skate in a Red Bull Generations event down at Pedro Barros' house, and he was going off, just thriving, skating with all the kids. So fun to watch. He does it the proper way with a smile on his face.
He does. Look at Hosoi blasting. Nice. You can tell he's been skating. Look at that lean air.
The hammerhead too, the board. I mean, again, silhouette. You can tell that's Hosoi, and you can see a silhouette of his board and know exactly whose board that is.
There it is, Madonna.
He called it the signature trick.
And he had that list of tricks. Maybe it was in an ad or something. He's invented way over 80 tricks. Maybe that was a decade or more ago. He's probably invented like 150 tricks by now, but yeah.
Tony Hawk just low-key went off right there. Doing tricks that he pretty much invented, still doing them with a broken leg.
Andy Mack flying frontside rocket.
The double rocket?
Freak show.
He's a one-man demo, isn't he?
He really is.
Father of 3. You know, he's ageless.
Yeah.
I think he might be 23 years old. I don't know the math. I don't have the bio in front of me. But he skates like an 18-year-old.
Yeah. Most people tend to start to lose some of their tricks, some of their height, at about, you know, mid-30s, especially once you hit 40. But he's creeping on 50 and putting it down every day.
I mean, and honestly, we're talking hundreds of tricks, right? That's not an overstatement?
Not at all.
Hundreds of tricks.
And like you were saying, he hasn't lost any tricks, which is strange.
Quick glimpse right there of that iconic Mike McGill graphic, the skull with the snake. Come on. How could you not want that as a skateboard? Mike Frazier.
Backlip revert.
That is gnarly.
Frontside grind to fakie. Alley-oop, fakie, frontside grind, fakie.
And one more time for the uninitiated. So you see high flying, right? That's dramatic.
Yeah.
But the tricks Mike Frazier is doing, arguably more dangerous.
Yeah, any backside revert tricks, there's not many straight airs that are dangerous like that. Once you start spinning in the air, then yeah. But Mike feeds off kind of the scary tricks. But then there's the 9-foot air.
Jeez.
So apples and oranges.
Come on, Lincoln Ueda. How many contests has that trick won Lincoln?
Yeah, and then, well, then Sandro drops in and does one, like, as high. And then once Sandro was doing the 9, he was winning a lot. It was just like, okay, is he going to break out the 9? Yep.
So in case of emergency, break glass type of trick. Andy Mack. Are you kidding me?
That's, hey, the rodeo.
The rodeo flip in the rodeo. Andy Mack.
Of course.
That's the Mack attack, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, nollie.
Come on.
All right, lottery flip. That's a nollie laser to Weddle.
I have lost count of walls. 20 walls with a rodeo over the gap. And I feel like the crowd is giving Andy Mack his proper due.
Yeah, you have to give Andy Mack his proper due.
Yeah, he's kind of transcended, right? He's just now
He's entered a new phase of existence.
Legendary category. And a lot of times the reason why sometimes the fans or other skaters are, you know, they not off them, but when you win so much, you're kind of like, okay, come on.
Make some room for the next guy who can't make his tricks every try.
So other than Tony Hawk, who would you say is the winningest skater we have here in this group?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, Bucky.
Bucky
for sure.
Won his share of medals and trophies.
If I'll say this, if Tony hadn't stayed around for so long, Bucky would be the winningest skateboarder of all time. But Tony was there for a lot of it, and Bucky was getting second for many, many, many years because Tony's tough to beat.
Don't believe us? Ask Mike McGill. He's been trying to and has beaten Tony times in his career. And he basically set the benchmark. Yeah, so we saw a little squirreliness there. So you mentioned it a little bit earlier about this ramp being, yes, it is perfect shape-wise, but we are in a dusty rodeo bowl.
Yeah, every few hours it needs to be mopped. We've actually seen a lot of horrible slams this weekend so far. People slipping out and just getting wrecked. Oh, Sandro, he's doing it.
Sandro Diaz, that was giant. I'm glad we don't have a roof. I'm glad we're outdoors here in the state of Utah. And the Utah Sports Commission, always so inviting when it comes to action sports like this, mountain biking, snowboarding. I say put in a wave pool next door and build me a house I'm moving in. It's got everything.
They need to get some water here before they can put in a wave pool. All right, Lizzie back in. Backsmith. Clean frontside grind, smooth backside air. Oh,
a lot of us amateurs would pay a lot of money to do backsmith grinds like Lizzie Armanto. They're perfect.
Yeah.
And you talk about inspiration, right? Lizzie Armanto has probably inspired, I mean, countless skaters coming up. You look at the women's division in any event, whether it's street, park, vert, talking 9-year-olds ripping. And that's, I would say, a lot.
That's the Lizzie
with Lizzie
factor.
Armanto.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk. I mean,
he is just.
The guy
he's just too much.
A machine. It's passion. Wouldn't you say it's passion?
It's passion, and it's almost it crosses into something a little maybe. That was a 10-foot high.
If there was a roof, he would have just put all 4 wheels on it.
And then he comes back with a 1-footed 5-0. Look at the smile.
And Lincoln is not only still doing 20-foot 540s, he is one of the benchmarks, the standard when it comes to judging skate events.
Bucky just drops in nollie flip melon.
Get the judges over here. Let's start the contest right now.
Yeah, and you know, I'm nollie flip lean. Bucky was kind of saying like, you know, I don't feel right on my board this week here. Things aren't working. I was like,
working for us.
Are you kidding me? That's, yeah.
And another perk of being a legend is you pretty much get to do whatever you want.
Yeah. Oh, that lunaire. What?
Oh, jeez. When Paul growls like that, you know something radical just happened. Sandro, it almost looks like on his face he knows he just escaped a near
Yeah, but then
disaster.
the other half of his face is like, yeah, but I'm going to go.
I'm going to do that again. Mike McGill.
Lizzie back in. See, there you go. That frontside invert is so rad.
It's so
Backside
fluid, right?
Yeah.
Lizzie has her own signature shoe on Vans.
And she's an Olympian.
She's an Olympian representing Finland.
She's the only skater on the ramp right now that's an Olympian.
The only Olympian.
Yeah, so take that, everybody else.
Take that, Christian.
Ooh.
Rocket air.
Yep, the crowd is going to want to see the rocket air.
And people, you're seeing effort. You know, you hear that word demo, demonstration. This is going to be a mellow demonstration of skateboarding. No, these guys are going off.
As if their lives depended on it. And in a way, whoa!
Remember, there's no prize money on the line. There's no trophy. It's all for the fans. It's all to inspire people to skate, really.
Yeah, this is such a cool contest. 720. Okay, it's such a cool contest because it brings out so many people, and the stoke is real. There's nobody's not having a rad time here. Everybody's hyped, and it's just cool to see all these different people from all over the world ripping this ramp in different styles. For a while, vert skating got a little bland and boring. By a little, I mean a lot. It was just 540s and kickflip indies, and then frontside 540 for Bucky. Backlip over the gap. There it is. Nollie flip, lean air.
Come on, Bucky.
So no one can
insane.
do that. No one else can do that. That's it. So yeah, vert skating got bland, and now I think it's really cool again. And I credit some of it to the variety of park skaters that have come up. They've kind of shaken things up. Some of them have crossed over into vert, and it's a diverse scene now.
I just noticed something as Frazier rips this ramp apart. That was sick.
What?
I see Tony Hawk and Andy Mack having a conversation. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to give any spoilers here. This is not Game of Thrones. We're not going to give away any spoilers, but I'm seeing hand gestures. See, there it is. Paul, what are we seeing here?
Are they talking about like framing a shot? Shooting, is he gonna, double.
I think they're making a decision here.
Okay. A little over-under action. All right, Lincoln first. Let's see how
Let's
high
see a
can you go?
15-foot air. I do miss those the poles with the numbers on them. Those were pretty cool.
I agree. Bring it back.
Next year. Red Alert's coming back. Oh, you hear the fans starting to go wild. Here we go. Doubles action. Hawk. MacDonald.
Hawk going over. I thought Andy was going to have to do the heavy lift. Okay, there we go. Frontside air over Hawk going frontside.
Oh, gosh. It is like watching Game of Thrones, right? We're at the edge of our seats wondering what's going to happen next. And then these two guys just go ham. Icing on the
exchange program. Beautiful.
That was awesome. That never gets old.
Props to Tony Hawk and Andy Mack. They're the best, the best double skaters of all time. And hey, Andy might have the most wins with, like,
if you add the doubles.
Yeah, if you add
medals.
all that in, yeah, Andy's won a lot.
Well, he's worrying me now. This is scary.
Ooh.
Yep.
Hop over.
That was
front lip.
scary. That was scary. Andy Mack, Tony Hawk. This could be 1992. This could be 2001. This could be 2022, and it's a beautiful thing every time to watch these two guys go doubles.
Yeah.
100 plus years of skate experience right there.
The fact that Tony Hawk still shows up like this is, it's so inspiring. That's the lamest word at this point. There's got to be a better word than that. It's like the best thing. We're all so lucky to have him in skateboarding.
It's a privilege, right?
Yeah, yeah. Look at that, tuck knee eggplant, perfection.
Lizzie Armanto under the wing of the legendary late great Jeff Grosso. That's why you see, well, obviously she's super good, but being kind of coached and mentored by Grosso, every trick is going to be done proper or not done at all.
Right, or you get called out, told not to stop. Oh, alley-oop. I don't know which way his board was flipping, but he's back on it. Body jar. He was...
Man is flying.
He was over Lincoln's head, and Lincoln is on top of the Roland.
There we go.
Yes. A layback grind into a 540?
Okay.
Please.
That's not normal. That's nearly impossible, unless you're Sandro Diaz.
What are you liking out here? What's your favorite thing about what we're seeing here, Chris?
I mean, the style points get me every time. Lincoln's airs, you know, when he takes off, you just don't know when he's coming back down. It's so fun to watch. The doubles run.
Yeah.
From Andy and Tony. Here's Lincoln.
Make this lean air. There it is. No.
We got time. We can go till as late as we want.
We have no limit.
Again, this is our show. These are legends. They can do whatever they want. There's no winners, no losers. We're all just stoked to see this.
7. Oof.
Oh, are we getting to the point in the demonstration where people start to kind of work on that one super heavy trick?
I think so.
Magic hour. I don't know what you call it. The final countdown.
Bucky wants to do this no comply frontside boneless. Is there a name to this? There probably is. Lance Dawes texts me. It's that one. I who can figure that out?
The Bucky boneless. The Bucky-less.
Sandro. Gnarliest pump in skateboarding. He can go from a grind into a 10-foot air on the next wall. And the Narja, there it is. Oh, did you see his face on the next wall?
Explain that trick, because it went by so fast. It was so gnarly. What is that trick?
It's a 540 nose grab, but then you finish with the body jar, smacking the tail on the coping, and that's the point of death. There's no going back. If you're gonna try to stop that tail down, you're committed. And the fear from everybody watching it, I don't know, I've never tried it, I would never try it, is that you're gonna either hang up or over rotate, and either one is you're gonna see somebody go straight from the trick into the hospital. So it's got to go right.
The Narjar.
Yeah, appropriately named.
It would be a good band name. And anyone out there, you can use that. I think that skateboard trick names a lot of times offer great band names. So there you go.
Oh, Bucky.
Bucky Lasek.
No grab frontside boneless, or frontside no comply, whatever you want to call it. It's magical, and we're lucky to have seen it here again tonight. Madonna, kind of alley-oop in that one. All right, setting up for this 720. Get it.
So close. About a half a turn away.
I think there's no doubt Andy's going to make the 7. So how many more tries is it going to take?
I'm thinking next try.
Oh, backside Smith grind. And you see him sliding all the way down the transition out of that. Okay, straight McTwist, Weddle grab McTwist. Sandro.
When you see skaters smash their tail in the coping like that, I mean, that truly is just a matter of centimeters.
Yeah.
If you're a centimeter off, you're slamming hard.
That's what happened to Ellis this morning. He hung up on a body jar. And
here we go. Biggest air of the night.
Yes!
That was...
Oh, the champion 360 varial. 10 feet high.
How high was that air?
8, 9, 10, 11. Depends where you're measuring.
Or what country. It could be 3 meters.
At least 3 meters for sure. All right, Hosoi looking really clean out there, blasting. We want to see a rocket. We're not going home without a rocket. Props, Dave Swift is on the deck shooting photos here this weekend. Talk about a legend, he's another one.
These kids are back on the escalator. Tony Hawk and Andy Mack, here we go.
That's even with interference from his own board.
That is so gnarly.
He's gonna call it.
As he should. He's gone above and beyond. The Birdman has gone above and beyond for the fans here in Salt Lake City, as well as all of you watching. Paul, you said it best. What a privilege to watch Tony Hawk skate. Anytime, any place.
And a standing ovation from the crowd out here.
Well-deserved. Well-deserved standing O.
So, Hosoi back in. At this point, it gets tough to really nail your setup tricks. When you're trying to do that one big trick and you're deep into the session, you're trying to do perfect setup airs, and that can be tough enough. And then okay, here we go. That was a false start. Rocket.
Yes!
Yeah! There you go.
That was appropriate and proper. To the Christ air.
Yes.
Couple of signature tricks there from Holmes, a.k.a. Christian Hosoi, a.k.a. Hosoi. Just one name, like Madonna,
Yeah.
Hosoi.
Yeah.
I think we got a couple more tricks to go down here.
I think we got 3 in 1 about to happen.
Are we about to see the trifecta? Paul, come on. Tell him to stop. It's too much.
Here we got Sandro has got a lot of work here to do. You got to make this air perfect. He does it. There you go. Oh!
Are you serious?
Sandro did a 5 up top. Did Sandro do a 5?
The crowd's telling me yes.
I have seen a triple stack in my life. I have not seen.
First try.
Yeah.
First try.
That is so gnarly.
Look at Bucky's face. He's going, what just happened?
Who threaded the needle?
That right there, that expression from Andy Mack tells you exactly what just went down. I'm saying that's historic. All right, let's throw it over to Tony Hawk.
Thank you very much. Yo, how was that? Hey. I want to thank the people that made this all possible for real, the Utah Sports Commission, State of Sport. They're the ones who allowed us to bring my whole ramp in here and take over this whole arena. And so thank them. Thank you guys for coming. This was crazy. Vert skating, what's up? All right, hey, I know everyone's skating everything, and that's what we appreciate, that you all, it's the diversity, the inclusion of skateboarding, that's what it's all about these days. So get out there and do it however you want, in any style, in any form, whatever tricks, just have fun doing it, that's what matters, and you'll be part of the community. It's the community that made me who I am, and all of us as well. And look, you never have to stop. We're super old. Thanks, you guys. I love you. Appreciate it. Good night.
Well, the crowd is going absolutely berserk, as they should. That right there was much more than just a demo. That was history, past, present, and future of skateboarding. I mean, that right there. Chill, look at that. That's chills.
Yeah.
That's proper chills right there.
What a great night. And I think, first of all, we should personally all thank Tony Hawk for making this possible.
Thank you, Tony.
And I think it's worth saying, Vert's back. Like, let's get it all the way back, because it is so fun and it's the coolest thing to watch.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you see the camaraderie and the level of stoke. It's you can't beat it.
Well,
Chris.
proof of concept is here. We just filled an arena
Yeah.
with vertical skate fans, and there will be more to come. We had the prelims today. They were insane. Men and women charging this ramp, putting up huge numbers. Tomorrow, we will have men's and women's finals and some special surprises for our finals day. So come back tomorrow, same time, same place. Tony Hawk's Vert Alert will be amazing. So we'll see you guys all tomorrow. Go skate.